to kill protesters and execution of the order. During the July uprising 2024, accused Sheikh Hasina held a conversation over telephone with Dr. A.S.M. Masood Kamal, the then Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University, from Ganabhavan on 14th July 2024 at about 11 p.m., wherein she mentioned that she already ordered to kill the protesters like the Rajakars who have been hanged before. Again on July 18th, Sheikh Hasina conversed over telephone with Sheikh Fazlanur Taposh, the Mayor of Dhaka South City Corporation, mentioning that she had already given direction to the law enforcement agencies to use helicopter and lethal weapons to kill and eliminate the peaceful, unarmed civilian protesters, and also ordered them to use drones to locate the protesters. She also told him that she passed orders to arrest and protesters across the country. As a result of above statement, directions, the Home Minister Asadujaman Khan Kamal and the Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun successively implemented the directions through their underlings, that is law enforcing agencies, by deploying drones and helicopters in the sky, killing about 1,400 protesters, including women and children, indiscriminately and gravely injuring about 25,000 of them throughout the country by using lethal weapons everywhere from 16th July 2024 and helicopters somewhere from 18 July 2024 up to 5th August 2024, and thereby Sheikh Hasina, Asadujaman Khan Kamal and Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun committed crimes against humanity as a joint criminal enterprise punishable under Section 3, Subsection 2, Clause A, G, H, Section 4, Clause B, C, Section 4, Subsection 3, read with Section 20A of the International Crimes Tribunal Act. Charge number 3, killing 6 protesters at Chankharpur with lethal weapons. The protesters convened a program titled March to Dhaka to be held on 5th August and made a call to the people of all walks throughout the country to march to Dhaka on the scheduled day. People of all spheres began to assemble in Dhaka from every part of the country on August 5th. By incitement, order and inaction of Sheikh Hasina, by abetment and inaction of Home Minister Asadujaman Khan Kamal and Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, the successive underlings got incited and inspired to kill the protesting students and common people, and thereupon under order, supervision and inaction of accused Asadujaman Khan Kamal, Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun and the then Dhaka Metropolitan Commissioner DMP Habibur Rahman, Joint Commissioner Shudip Kumar Chakraborty, Additional Deputy Commissioner Shah Alam Muhammad Akhtarul Islam, Assistant Commissioner Muhammad Imrul and Inspector Muhammad Arshad Hussain, who have been separately prosecuted, successively ordered to commit atrocities to the protesters assembled at Chankharpur of Dhaka and supervise the same, and during such atrocities, 6 unarmed protesters, namely Shahriyan Khan Anas, Sheikh Mahdi Hassan Junaid alias Mustaqin, Muhammad Yaqub, Muhammad Rakib Hawladar, Muhammad Ismamul Haq, and Manik Mia alias Shahrik were shot dead by Constable Shujan Hussain, Constable Imash Hussain, and Constable Nasirul Islam, who have been separately prosecuted at Chankharpur as part of widespread and systematic attack. The aforesaid killings took place pursuant to the order of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, within her full knowledge and under order, supervision, and within the knowledge of Home Minister Asadujaman Khan Kamal and Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, and by such killings they committed crimes against humanity as joint criminal enterprise by order, abetment, and inaction to prevent and punish.
If you're still typing your coding prompts, you're leaving performance on the table. You're prompting cursor over 100 times a day, but typing
1973.
So these are now the turn of learned member 1.
It transpires from the prosecution witnesses deposed in corroboration of the facts of incitement and order of accused Sheikh Hasina to deploy drones and helicopters and also to use lethal weapons to kill the protesters. The daily newspapers of Bangladesh also published reports of such incitement and order of Sheikh Hasina. Moreover, the prosecution executed the pendrive CD containing telephonic conversation of Sheikh Hasina with Dhaka University Vice Chancellor A.K.M. Maksud Kamal, Dhaka South City Corporation Mayor Fazlun Taposh, and Hasanul Haq Inu. The concerned device containing the said conversations have been played in the tribunal, and thereupon we'll find that in the conversation with the Dhaka University Vice Chancellor A.S.M. Maksud Kamal, accused Sheikh Hasina mentioned that she already ordered to hang the students as Razakars have been hanged. Now I am mentioning the substantial portion from his conversation with, from her conversation with A.S.M. Maksud Kamal, the accused Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University. Sheikh Hasina, to Razakarer to ফাঁসি দিছি, এবার তাদেরও তাই করব, একটাও ছাড়বো না, আমি বলে দিছি। শেখ হাসিনা, কোন দেশে বাস করি আমরা? এদেরকে বাড়তে বাড়তে তো দেখা অবস্থা হয়েছে, দেখিস নাই? সবগুলোকে ফাঁসি দিছি, এবার তোদেরও ছাড়বো না। শেখ হাসিনা, সব এইগুলাকে বাইর করে দিতে হবে, আমি বলে দিছি আজকে সহ্য করার পরে অ্যারেস্ট করবে, ধরে নেবে এবং যা অ্যাকশন নেওয়ার নেবে, যা অ্যাকশন নেওয়ার নেবে। Then it also appears from the conversation with Dhaka South City Corporation Mayor Fazlun Taposh, accused Sheikh Hasina told him that she ordered to kill the protesting students by using helicopters and lethal weapons. The substantial portion of the conversation is Sheikh Hasina, দরকার নাই, ওটা দরকার নাই, আমি সেনাপ্রধানের সাথে কথা বলেছি, ওরা রেডি থাকবে, ঠিক আছে। এখন তো আমরা অন্য করতেছি, ড্রোন দিয়ে ছবি নিচ্ছি আর হেলিকপ্টারে হচ্ছে মানে কয়েক জায়গায়। তাপস, তাহলে ওই কিছু ছবি দেখে পাকড়াও করা যায় না তাদের রাতের মধ্যে? শেখ হাসিনা, সবগুলিকে অ্যারেস্ট করতে বলেছি রাত্রে। তাপস, হ্যাঁ, পাকড়াও করলে ওদেরকে। শেখ হাসিনা, না, ওটা বলা হয়ে গেছে, ওটা নিয়ে র্যাব, ডিজিএফআই, এনএসআই সবাইকে বলা হয়েছে যে যেখান থেকে যে কয়টা পারবা ধরে ফেলো। তাপস, জি। শেখ হাসিনা, ওটা বলা আছে, আর এখানে গ্যাদারিং দেখবে সেখানে, আর যেখানে গ্যাদারিং দেখবে সেখানে ওই উপর থেকে, এখন উপর থেকে করাচ্ছি, অলরেডি শুরু হয়েছে কয়েকটা জায়গায়। তাপস, জি। শেখ হাসিনা, আমার নির্দেশনা দেওয়া আছে, ওপেন নির্দেশনা দিয়ে দিছি, এখন লেথাল উইপন ব্যবহার করবে, যেখানে পাবে সোজা গুলি করবে। তাপস, জি জি। শেখ হাসিনা, না পড়াইয়া দিছে, মেশিন পত্র সব পুড়ে গেছে, আমি বলছি যা পড়াতে, ও আমাদের সেতু ভবন পড়াইছে। তারপর, জি, ওরা রাতে মনে হয় আরো ব্যাপক আক্রমণ করবে। In the conversation with the Hasanul Haq Inu, accused Sheikh Hasina mention of bombing upon the protesters from the helicopter. The substantial portion, relevant portion from the conversation. Sheikh Hasina, না, আমি বলছি ক্যাজুয়ালিটির দরকার নাই, ওরা ব্যারিকেড নিয়ে আছে তো ঠিক আছে, আকাশ থেকে নামবে, তখন দুই পাশ দিয়ে ধরবে, মেসেজটা দিয়ে দিতে পারেন যে সেনা পাঠানো হচ্ছে আর হেলিকপ্টার দিয়ে সোজা বম্বিং করা হবে, র্যাবের হেলিকপ্টার দিয়ে উপর দিয়ে মারবে। হাসানুল হক ইনু, আপনি এই জামাত শিবিরের মেরুদণ্ডটা আবার ভেঙে দেন ঢাকা শহরে। শেখ হাসিনা, একেবারে। শেখ হাসিনা, হ্যালো। হাসানুল হক ইনু, হ্যালো, জি, আসসালামু আলাইকুম, আমি ইনু বলছিলাম, হ্যালো। শেখ হাসিনা হ্যাঁ বলেন। আচ্ছা, আমি এটা স্ক্রলে দিয়ে দিতে বলছি যে তোমরা ছাত্ররা সব ঘরে ফেরো। গার্ডিয়ানদেরকে বলছি এইখানে কিন্তু জঙ্গি হামলা হয়েছে। হাসানুল হকিনু হ্যাঁ এটা রাইট রাইট। শেখ হাসিনা না, এটা আমাকে বেশ কিছু আন্তর্জাতিক পাইছি, তারা এটাকে জঙ্গি হামলা হিসেবে কনসিডার বলতেছে। হাসানুল হকিনু হ্যাঁ জঙ্গি হামলাই হয়েছে, এই কার্ডটা খেলবো আমরা এখন। শেখ হাসিনা না, কার্ড খেলা না, এটা আমি আগে করি নাই, কিন্তু আমাকে আন্তর্জাতিক সংস্থা থেকে মেসেজটা দিয়েছে যে এটা জঙ্গি হামলা। হাসানুল হকিনু জঙ্গি সন্ত্রাসের মোকাবিলা করছে এখন সরকার। শেখ হাসিনা তারা আমাকে এটাই বলছে যে এটা জঙ্গি হামলা, দিয়ে দিব পেপারে। Reports of international and national organizations. United Nations Human Rights Office held an investigation into July-August 2024 atrocities in Bangladesh and mentioned in its report that the following inhuman and unlawful acts were committed by protesters during the movement and reported as follows. Based on direct testimony from senior officials involved and other inside sources, OHCHR was able to establish that the integrated and systematic effort using the entire range of police, paramilitary, military and intelligence actors, as well as violent elements linked to the Awami League to commit serious violations and abuses occurred with the full knowledge, coordination and direction of the political leadership. The then Prime Minister and Home Affairs Minister led parallel efforts to coordinate the security and intelligence apparatus. Both received regular reports on the situation on the ground from multiple sources. According to senior official testimony, reports provided to the Prime Minister by senior officers on 21 July and in early August specifically conveyed concern about excessive use of force. Both political leaders and the leadership of Bangladesh Police and the Army also carried out site visits that would have provided them direct personal knowledge of violations that had taken place or were ongoing. Furthermore, the political leadership issued direct orders and other directives authorizing and guiding operations by BGB, RAB, DGRI, the Bangladesh Police and its detective branch that involved serious violations of human rights against protesters and other civilians, including extrajudicial killings and arbitrary detention. Based on reported deaths complied by governmental and non-governmental sources in combination with other available evidence, OHCHR assesses that as many as 1,400 people could have been killed during the protests. The vast majority of whom were killed by military rifles and shotguns loaded with lethal metal pellets commonly used by Bangladesh's security forces. Thousands more suffered severe, often life-altering injuries. More than 11,700 people are arrested and detained, according to the information from the police and RAB provided to OHCHR. Government attempted to intimidate and delegitimate the student protest movement, mobilized of Satruli police and paramilitary forces, materialize of policing in Bangladesh, incited violence by armed Awami League and activists on and around university premises, conducted coordinated attacks by armed Awami League supporters and the police, use of force violations by police, RAB and BGB, including extrajudicial killing, like killing Abu Said of Begum Ruqya University, Rangpur, 16 July, made systematic indiscriminate use of shotguns loaded with lethal ammunition, suppressed peaceful assembly at Dhaka University on 17 July. Police, RAB and BGB extrajudicially killed protesters in Uttara on 18 July. Disproportionate and indiscriminate use of firearms in response to violent unrest, indiscriminately shooting in Rampura and Badda by BGP and police on July 19. Violently cleared the Dhaka-Chattogram highway in Jatrabari on between 16 to 21 July. Extrajudicial killings to suppress the march to Dhaka on August 5 involved the army who shot at protesters at Jamuna Future Park on 5th August 2024, used helicopter to intimidate and deploy possibly unlawful force, obstructed of medical care and denied necessary medical documentation, obstructed medical treatment of victim Sheikh Asabul Yamin, shot by police, caused mass arbitrary arrest, detention without due process and torture and ill treatment, caused block raids and mass arrests, including injured persons. Students and opposition leaders attacked journalists, children and women and caused unjustified shutdown of internet. In the said report, Mr. Volker Turk, the High Commissioner of Human Rights Office of United Nations, that the atrocities committed in July Revolution 2024 in Bangladesh was preconcerted and systematic in order to remaining in power. There are cogent grounds to believe that hundreds of extrajudicial killings, arrests, detention and torture were carried out by the political leaders and the highest law enforcing authorities within their knowledge and under their direction and supervision as strategy to suppress the government, whereby human rights have been seriously violated and thus international crimes have been committed. He also observed that the evidences collected do depict a picture of widespread state atrocities and targeted killings. He further remarked that such atrocities ought to be brought under accountability. There are many other similar reports by the Global Institute International Truth and Justice Project, Bloodshed in Bangladesh, World Report 2025 of Human Rights Watch. Then we are going to videos of the occurrences. It appears from the Caesar list contained in Volume 4, captions, Caesar list and documentary evidence that a good number of videos of the alleged occurrences have been seized by the investigating officer, which are described below. Number 1. A video of 1 hour 23 minutes and 5 seconds showing a press conference dated 14 July 2024 of accused Sheikh Hasina after her return from China, in which she, in answer to a question of one journalist, angrily remarked, pointing towards the protesting students, মুক্তিযুদ্ধের বিরুদ্ধে আর মুক্তিযোদ্ধার বিরুদ্ধে এত ক্ষোভ কেন? মুক্তিযোদ্ধাদের নাতিপুতিরা চাকরি পাবে না তো কি রাজাকারের নাতিপুতিরা পাবে? Number 2, a video of 35 seconds dated 15 July 2024 showing protest of the agitated students of Dhaka University at midnight against the remark of Sheikh Hasina made in the press conference dated 14 July 2024 pointing towards the protesting students. Number 3, a video showing the remark Rajakarder jawab debe Chhatrolig. Number 4, a video of 1 minute 5 seconds which shows attack upon the students of Kota movement by Bangladesh Chhatrolig leaders and activists on 15 July 2024 at night. A video which shows that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, while visiting damaged metro rail station on 26 July 2024, defended her previous comment in the press conference dated 14 July 2024. Number 6. A video showing Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in course of her deliberation in a function of Jugo Mahila League held in July 2024 commented that the quota movement was illogical and also commented Jamaat Shibir Manusher Jatna. Number 7. A video showing some adverse remark of Sheikh Hasina against the female students of Rukia Hall of Dhaka University Unity in meeting at her office on 15 July 2024. A video showing how Sheikh Hasina asked Delhi to attack Dhaka. A video shows the scenario of how protesting student Mugdho was shot dead in the July movement. This video was broadcast by YouTube channel named Narrative Bangladesh on 19 April 2025. A video which shows the scene of shooting a young person named Hridoy by police in the July movement. This video was broadcast by YouTube channel named International Truth and Justice Project on 15 January 2025. A video named Jatrabari Evidence of a Massacre Bangla showing the scenarios of killing and torturing some participants of the movement. This video was broadcast by International Truth and Justice Project YouTube channel 14 January 2025. A video showing the scene of carrying bullets striking young man named Nafiz at farm gate of Dhaka. This video was broadcasted in Jamuna TV YouTube channel on 14 August 2024. A video showing how movement participant Khokon Chandra Burman was injured with gunshot in his face. It appears that the whole face including mouth, nose and eyes of Khokon Chandra Burman have been completely disfigured. This victim deposed in the tribunal as PW number 1. A video titled নির্মম 19 জুলাই শতাধিক লাশ হাজারো গুলিবিদ্ধ রক্তের জন্য হাহাকার DMC 19. A video titled RAB Helicopter Attack Kota Andolon 2024 showing operation upon the protesters from RAB helicopters at different parts of Dhaka in July 2024. A video showing how protester Imam Hassan Taim Bhuiya was shot dead at Jatrabari, Dhaka. 4 videos in a pen drive showing the passing of order by DMP Commissioner Habibur Rahman to the subordinate asking them to shoot the protesters below waist. A number of videos showing shooting upon the protesting people from helicopter. A video showing the scene of burning the dead bodies of protesting students and common people by police at Ashulia, Dhaka on 4th August 2025 during the July movement. A video showing the scene of Abu Said, a coordinator of July movement 24 being shot multiple times by police at a close range with lethal weapon. A video showing the scene of a dead body of protester Asabul Yamin being thrown from APC armed personnel carrier by police. A video which showing the accused Home Minister Asad Khan Kamal defending the use of lethal weapon by police. Extent of cruelty. It transpires from the evidences that cruelty of the extreme level was administered upon the dead and injured protesters. Police and activists of Awami League, Chhatra League and Jubo League blocked the entrance and exit of ambulances carrying the injuring protesters. Hospitals were asked not to give admission to the injured protesters. It appears from the testimony of PW2 that in some cases patients were searched by police and ruling party activists. Doctors were intimidated and some of the doctors were transferred due to giving treatment to the protesting injured persons. PW3 Parveen deposed that she found an injured young man shouting, save me, save me, under Jatrabari flyover. Blood was coming out from both of his eyes. Parveen pulled him up and put him on her shoulder and looking for a rickshaw. And then 14 to 15 armed police shot them. The injured man, being hit by bullets, fell down from her shoulder. They also shot PW Parveen at her left eye, lower abdomen and other parts of the body. Blood was gushing out of her body and thus she fell down. Coordinator of the movement, Abu Said of Begum Ruqayya University, Rampur, was shot at a close range. Doctors were forced to change his post-mortem report 5 times. PW89 Sikdar was shot at a close distance of 5 meters. He was hit by 500 bullets and 3 hospitals refused to admit him, apprising that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina instructed to refuse admission to the protesting patients. PW8 also said that Chhatra League activists were searching him and as such he was hidden in separate room by the doctors. It is revealed from the evidence of PW9 Shahina Begum that police burned the dead body of her son along with some other dead bodies in Ashulia of Dhaka. PW10 MD Enab Nazez Zaki also stated that his son was killed and then the dead body was burned by police in Ashulia. We find from the testimony of PW10 Asabur was shot dead and set ablaze. It appears from the testimony of PW13 Dr. Muhammad Mahfuz Rahman that most patients admitted to the hospital had no skull. The detective branch members had forbidden the doctors not to be serious in the treatment of the protesting patients and also that they had been instructed from the higher authorities not to release the protester patients admitted there. The patients were mostly aged 13 to 30 years. The DB also asked the doctors not to admit any more patients injured in the movement. This witness also said that in order to hide the injured patient from the sight of DB personnel, the doctors adopted some tactics like changing the names of the patients and the type of injury in the admission register and recording road accident or other reasons instead of bullet wounds. It appears from the evidence of PW15 Dr. Hassanul Banna that police and Awami League activists prevented treatment of the protester patients, prohibited new admission of such patients, checked admission register.
Hey, I'm Daniel. Let's talk about how much money you can make by monetizing social traffic. Money Tag is covering all of it. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, you name it. You can work with social groups, channels.
One patient named Mustaqim Billah was admitted through an alternative entrance. To save the protester patient, the doctors had to change the name of the patient and particular of their problems. Remove them from the general ward to the post-operative ward, ICU special cabin. He added that treatment was given to such patients at risk of life of the doctors. We find from the deposition of PW18, Dr. Razibul Islam, that he was forced to change the post-mortem report of Abu Said 4 to 5 times. He was threatened with the saying that if he does not change the cause of death of Abu Said, he would be prosecuted. He was further told that there was an intelligence report against him. PW19 Shariful Islam was injured in the bombardment in Kustia. 62 pellets were removed from his body and 500 more still in his body. It is revealed from the evidence of PW21 Dr. Zakia Sultana that on 18 July 2024 they received 200 patients aged about 14 to 25 years with bullet injuries. On 19 July 2024, also similar number of patients with bullet injuries were admitted in the hospital. Numerous patients with bullet injuries were admitted on 4th, 5th, 6th August 2024. It further appears from the evidence of this witness that out of associate patients, 493 lost one eye forever, 11 lost both eyes forever, 28 lost vision of both eyes, and 47 lost vision of one eye. It appears from the evidence of PW22, Mr. Idris said, while his son Maruf Hussain, after being shot by police, was being taken to the hospital, a policeman poked the wounded area of his son with the rifle butt. PW23 Amena Akhtar deposed that while Home Minister Asadzaman Kamal and IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Mamun were passing across Datrabari, one police officer was showing them a video of their attack on protesters and said, "Guli kori ekta, more ekta, ahuto hoy ekta, ektai jay, bakita jay na." It transfers from the testimony of PW27, Dr. Mashuk Ahmed, that Satrulik activists stopped ambulance carrying protesting wounded near Shahidullah Hall of Dhaka University. They also checked the patient identity, asked the doctors not to treat the wounded protesters and also not to be so serious in their treatment. He further said 5 doctors were transferred elsewhere due to rendering treatment to protesters with bullet injuries. This witness also stated that the direction of the gunshot wounds of the patients treated on 19, 20, 21 July and 4-5 August in Dhaka Medical College Hospital was from the top to the bottom. He meant that the gunshot was done from above, which obviously implies helicopter. It appears from the evidence of PW47 Nahid Islam deposed that bullets were fired from helicopter and that many false cases were filed against the protesters, and also that the activists of Awam League, Jubu League and Chhatro League prevented the treatment and burial of
Don't lose more than you invest. Take control with negative balance protection.
Got your domain and a website? Now it's time to bring it to life. Welcome to AltaHost.
were abducted. PW48 Ali Ahsan Junaid stated that on 15 July 2024, Chhatro League activists brutally attacked and injured the Dhaka University students, hindered going to the hospital and tortured them in the hospital. He further said that the protesters were fired from the helicopter. We find from the evidence of PW54, Mr. MD Alamgir, investigating officer, that the protester named as Ashabul Yamin was thrown down from the APC by the police. Summing up by the learned Chief Prosecutor. The learned Chief Prosecutor advanced argument on conclusion of the testimonies of the prosecution witnesses. He submitted that The instant case is an unprecedented and unexceptional one in the history of this subcontinent. After achieving independence in 1971, the people of the country had a great expectation and belief that all sorts of suffering, poverty, tyranny and high-handedness of the government and the mighty quarters would come to an end, and people would enjoy liberty, happiness and all fundamental rights, but all these have been doomed to ashes. The learned prosecutor dubbed the ruling party Awami League as fascist ab initio. From the very inception of independent Bangladesh, the Awami League government concentrated to perpetuate its power by way of exploitation, torture, killing, abduction, denial of democracy and fundamental rights of the people, freedom of press and speech, as well as social justice, and thereupon established dictatorship by forming Bhakshal. The then Awami League government led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman planned in connivance with a neighboring country to weaken and abolish our glorious army and thus form Rakhi Bahini, an armed organized parallel to the army. In the like way, after coming to the power in 2008, accused Sheikh Hasina's government committed the same acts like torture, abduction, killing, false prosecution, imprisoning, confinement, and forced the appearances, so dominated judiciary, restricted the freedom of press and freedom of speech. Sheikh Hasina oppressed the critics, writers, journalists, members of civil societies, lawyers and judges, and ousted many of them from the country. The then Chief Justice Sheikh S.K. Sinha, eminent writer and journalist, as well as historian Mahmudur Rahman, politician and journalist Pinaki Bhattacharya, Shafiq Rahman, Ilyas Hussain, Kanak Sarwar, Mushfiqul Fadl Ansari, Oliullah Numan, Shahid Alam, Jawad Nirjor, Tasneem Khalil, Julkarnain Shayer, Barrister Abdul Razzaq were driven out of the country for speaking the truth and criticizing the government's misrule, oppression and loopholes. In 2008, with Sheikh Hasina's conspiracy as that of her father, 57 senior army officers, while an deputation in Bangladesh Border Guard, that is BGB, were killed in an official congregation of Pilkhana BGB headquarters by the Awami League leaders and loyal army officers. No action was taken. Thereafter, no action was taken against those killers. In 2013, the law enforcers and the ruling party activists killed hundreds of innocent young and underage madrasa students in a congregation arranged by Islamic organization Hifazat-e-Islam at Shapra Chattor, Dhaka, without any cogent reason, and thereafter no action was taken against the killers. For perpetuating her power, accused Sheikh Hasina politicized judiciary, army, law enforcing agencies, bureaucracies and all other departments and made them subservient of herself and her government. With the ulterior motive of remaining in power for long, Sheikh Hasina obtaining a verdict from the court given by her loyal judges headed by Chief Justice A.B.M. Khairul Haq, now in jail, abolished the most popular and well-settled electoral system under caretaker government, held an expert election in 2013 14. Ignoring the participation and demands of the opposition parties, and in that election 153 candidates of the ruling party Awami League were elected without any vote. Again, a partial election was held in 2018 in which ballot boxes were filled up in the night preceding the day of election without carrying the demands of the opposition parties for holding election by a caretaker government for the sake of security, fairness and transparency. Accused Sheikh Hasina held another partial ex-party election known as dummy election in January 2024 without allowing the political parties to participate. In 2024, the students launched a movement claiming reformation in the quota system in government.
I'm here to make your life as a publisher better. Imagine your website's monetization reaches new heights every day. That's exactly what you can get with Adstera. Maximize earnings and captivate your audience with top-ad formats, pop under, in-page push, social bar, native ads, display banners, and direct link, which is the best for social traffic. Over 28,000 publishers trust us to increase their revenue. No matter what size website you have or you have just begun your traffic monetization, you are welcome at Adstera. Our partner care is a team of dedicated account managers who are committed to your success. They are available 24/7 for you. Ready to unlock the full potential of your traffic? Choose Adstera today.
Reid Hoffman founded LinkedIn and sits on the boards of Microsoft and Shopify. He is one of tech's most respected visionaries, and he consistently spots transformational technologies years before they go mainstream. And this is what he posted. If you use products like Whisper or ChatGPT Voice, you know what I mean. Voice is simply faster, more natural, and more flexible than typing. He said he's voice-pilled, and I can see why. WhisperFlow delivers what Reid calls the future of AI interaction. Here's how it works. Instead of typing, just talk. WhisperFlow cleans it up instantly. Reid explains that voice is iterative by default. You stumble, you rephrase, you interrupt yourself. WhisperFlow handles all of that and turns it into perfect prompts wherever you're working. Reid predicts we'll all be prompting AI more. And voice lets you add way more nuance and detail. Better prompts, better results. That's why he calls Flow's voice dictation a major step forward in human-computer interaction. If AI visionaries are raving about it, you should probably give it a try too. It's free. Get voice-pilled with WhisperFlow today.
Terrorists along with the law enforcers killed and injured many students at various parts of the country. On 16 July 2024, as part of the widespread and systematic attack, student Abu Said of Rangpur Begum Ruqayya University was repeatedly shot at a close range by police, causing his death and also injured many protesting students. Accused Sheikh Hasina ordered the law enforcers and the activists of Awami League, Chhatra League and Yuva League to use drone, helicopter, lethal weapons to kill the protesters, and accordingly, from 18 July to 1st August 2024, they killed hundreds of protesters and injured thousands throughout the country by using drone, helicopter and various types of lethal weapons. As part of the widespread and systematic attack, the incitement and order of accused Sheikh Hasina and direct participation, abatement order and supervision of accused Asaduzzahman Khan Kamal and Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Mamoon. 6 protesters were brutally killed and many were seriously injured with lethal weapon by police at Sankarpur on 5th August 2024. Similarly, the law enforcers and activists of Awami League, Chhatra League and Yuva League killed 6 persons at Ashulia with lethal weapons on 5th August 2024. One of the 6 was unidentified. After being shot dead, police inhumanly burned the dead bodies. Before being burned, the dead body unidentified protesters was alive. The learned chief prosecutor submitted that the family members of the martyrs the injured victims and other witnesses proved the aforesaid occurrences. The said occurrences were also recorded in videos and audios which have been played in the tribunal. The conversations recorded in DVD, CD and the videos of the occurrences have been examined by the CID experts who found that the said conversations and videos are not generated by artificial intelligence. In addition to the incitement, order participation of the accused in the alleged atrocities, the accused are liable for their abstention from taking measures for the prevention of the same or taking any punitive measures against the doers thereof. Being the Prime Minister, accused Sheikh Hasina was the Supreme Commander of the law enforcing agencies, inclusive of the Home Minister and the Inspector General of Police, and as such, the crimes against humanity in question could not take place without the involvement, express or tacit of them. The learned chief prosecutor added that the movement of the students continued for 36 days, during which, as stated herein before, hundreds of protesting students and common people were killed and thousands were seriously injured, most of whom became permanently handicapped and blind. But accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the other accused and none of the government authorities or the leaders of the ruling party Awami League expressed concern or remorse for such atrocities. Accused Sheikh Hasina, instead of expressing remorse or seeking apology.
Did you know your website, social networks traffic, or Telegram mini app could be a reliable source of income? How? With Monetag. More than 900,000 publishers worldwide are already monetizing their websites, social traffic, and Telegram mini apps with us. And here's why. High CPM rates. Monetag partners exclusively with direct advertisers that bring top converting offers across multiple industries. This means higher earnings for you. Safe and non-intrusive ads only. Our anti-fraud solutions guarantee a clean browsing experience. Your visitors can interact with ads safely, making them more likely to return. Fast and simple withdrawals. With Monetag, you'll enjoy fast weekly payouts with a minimum withdrawal of just $5 and access to the widest range of withdrawal options in the industry. So yes, monetizing is easy when you choose Monetag. Join us and start earning today.
The authorities in question were widespread and systematic and was atrocities. The atrocities in question were widespread and systematic, and it was directed against the civilian population. The learned chief prosecutor concluded his submission with the saying that in the circumstances it has been proved and established beyond reasonable doubt that the accused committed the crimes against humanity by their incitement, order, participation, abatement, and also inaction, whereupon they deserve the maximum punishment as prescribed by Section 3, subsection 2, A, G, H, and Section 4, subsection 1, subsection 2A, 4.2b, 4.2c, and 4.3 of the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973. He added that the evidences against the accused are so strong and adequate that if they are tried in any other court or tribunal in the world, they would be awarded the maximum punishment. It may be noted here that the learned prosecutor, Mr. Sheikh Mahdi assisted the chief prosecutor by referring a number of decisions of different international tribunals. In the summing up session, the learned Attorney General of Bangladesh appeared and shared the concluding submission. In his submission, the learned Attorney General referred to the conviction and sentence of many of the heads of government and states in the world for their commission of crimes against humanity, and thereupon he asked for awarding maximum punishment to the accused of the instant case so that no other Prime Minister or the head of state recur such atrocities in the days to come. Summing up by the learned State Defense, Mr. Amir Hussain, the learned State Defense Council argued that accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Kamal are quite innocent. The accused did not incite or order or participate or abet the commission of the crimes against humanity, including the trial itself against the accused under the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973 is unlawful since the act was passed for the purpose of trial of the persons who committed genocide in 1971. Allegedly, the atrocities spread throughout the country, but the prosecution failed to examine witnesses of all the districts where atrocities took place. The Learned Defense Council submitted that no helicopter was used to kill the protesting students and public in the July-August movement 2024. The audio conversations in question have not been duly examined by the experts. Although the audios have been examined by CID, the same should have been examined by some more experts. He questioned the prosecution's claim as to the number of the deaths and injured. He stated that although the prosecution claimed that 1,500 protesters died and 25,000 injured, but the Gazette notifications of the government shows the number of dead protesters as about 800. He emphatically asserted that accused Sheikh Hasina did neither incite nor order nor take part in the alleged atrocities or crimes against humanity. Mr. Amir Hussain vehemently opposed the words of the learned chief prosecutor terming Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Kamal as fascists. He also opposed the assertion of the learned chief prosecutor that Sheikh Hasina fled to Delhi due to the commission of the crimes against humanity by the wave of the mass movement. Directed against the civilian population. The Learned State Defense Council further submitted that the accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Kamal cannot be held liable for joint criminal enterprise or superior command responsibility. He finally submitted that accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Kamal are quite innocent and as such they deserve to be acquitted of the charges. Now the Honorable Chairman of the Tribunal, Mr. Justice Ghulam Murtaza Chowdhury, will read out the final portion of the judgment, including the observation.
Thank you. Thank you. I will start with some matters of judicial notice. And before that, I am sorry that I did not mention the name of learned prosecutor Mr. Abdus Subhan Tarafdar. Sometimes he was found here. I think he remains busy in this tribunal too. Sorry? So, and he was seen sometimes here to assist us. So, our thanks to him as well. We have taken judicial notice of some incidents. Number 1. Accused Sheikh Hasina started making contemptuous and hate speeches in the social media subsequent to the July movement 2024, whereupon she was ordered by this tribunal to be restrained from such speeches of contempt and hatred. Secondly, in a telephonic conversation with a party activist named Mr. Shakil, accused Sheikh Hasina infringing tribunal's order made some hateful and contemptuous remarks, asking said activist Shakil to kill 226 persons, as 226 cases have been filed against her, and to burn the houses of the rival people, whereupon this tribunal convicted her for contempt of the tribunal and sentenced her to 6 months imprisonment. Another one, the tribunal has further noticed one of her interviews published in the Daily Star a few days ago, the date has not been noted here, in which she impliedly admitted that atrocities had certainly taken place in July movement 2024, but she denied that she ordered to commit such atrocities. It has further been noticed by the tribunal that in another interview with a YouTube channel named Desh Samoy of India, accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina admitted her responsibility for the July 24 atrocities in the words, within quotation, as the leader of the country, I assume ultimate leadership responsibility. Furthermore, we have noticed that Sheikh Hasina made an interview with Delhi Anandabazar of India on 7 November 25, wherein she admitted her superior command responsibility. So you may find the newspapers. Now I will start with our observations and inference. From the foregoing findings, facts and circumstances, it transpires that the students of Dhaka University and other academic institutions had launched a movement on 1 July 2024 demanding reformation in the quota system in the government jobs and continued the same till 5 August 2024. The government did not pay heed to the demands of the students. Instead of listening to the students and fulfilling their demands, the then Prime Minister, accused Sheikh Hasina, undermined the movement and made a derogatory remark pointing towards the students, terming them Rajakars. The term is an objurgation. In Bangla, this is a gali. In her words, Mukti Joddhar Natiputira Chakri Pabe na to Rajakarer Natiputira Pabe. As the aftermath of aforesaid objurgation and the derogatory remark of accused Sheikh Hasina, the students, including female students who were at the forefront of Dhaka University, burst into a rage and assembled at the Raju Bhaskarya in front of PSC of Dhaka University and vehemently protested against the said objurgation and defamatory words of Sheikh Hasina, and also demanded her apology and withdrawal of the said words. In the night following 14 July 2024, accused Sheikh Hasina held a telephonic conversation with Dhaka University Vice Chancellor ASM Maksud Kamal, and in course of the conversation, Sheikh Hasina said, রাজাকারদের তো ফাঁসি দিয়েছি, এবার তোদেরও তাই করব, একটাও ছাড়ব না, আমি বলে দিচ্ছি। Rajakars have been hanged, now they also will be hanged, none will be spared. I have already ordered. This is the translation. She again said, রাজাকারদের কি অবস্থা হয়েছে দেখিস নাই, সবগুলোকে ফাঁসি দিছি, এইবার তোদেরও ছাড়ব না। In the said conversation, Sheikh Hasina further said, আমি বলে দিচ্ছি আজকে সহ্য করার পর অ্যারেস্ট করবে, ধরে নেবে এবং যা অ্যাকশন নেওয়ার নেবে। And it is crystal clear that Sheikh Hasina expressed her incitement to the activists of her party Awami League and affiliates, Chhatra League and Yuva League, and also gave provocation to the protesters, and furthermore she expressed that she ordered to kill and eliminate the protesting students.
Not all instant withdrawals are the same. Xness, the fastest withdrawals in the market.
Choose from thousands of realistic voices to use in your content. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers.
2025-24 Awami League Secretary and Cabinet Minister Ubaidul Qadir made another provocative remark, saying, Andolon domane Chhatra League যথেষ্ট. Chhatra League is enough to control the movement. Whereupon the protesting students of Dhaka University burst into anger and vehemently protested against Sheikh Hasina, Ubaidul Qadir and the government. The activists of Chhatra League, Yuva League attacked the protesting students with various deadly weapons and severely injured hundreds of them, whereupon they had to be hospitalized. The attackers impeded the injured students proceeding to the hospital and also impeded their treatment. Moreover, the attackers made further attacks upon the students undergoing treatment in the hospital. In consequence of the above noted incitements of Sheikh Hasina, in the press conference on 14 July 2024, are ordered to kill them as revealed in her conversation on the following night with Dhaka University Vice Chancellor, and also the provocative and aggressive remark of Awami League Secretary Ubaidul Qadir, the law enforcers and activists of Chhatra League and Yuva League attacked the protesting students at Dhaka University throughout the country, inclusive of Rangpur, Begum Rokeya University. And in furtherance thereof, police shot Begum Rokeya University student Abu Said repeatedly at a close range, whereupon he succumbed to the gunshots. The above-mentioned conversation of Sheikh Hasina with the Dhaka University Vice Chancellor S.M. Maksud Kamal has been examined by the experts in the CID Forensic Laboratory and it appears from the report of the examination that the conversation was genuine and that the same have not been generated by artificial intelligence, AI. The concerned experts deposed in corroboration of the genuineness of the impugned conversation. Furthermore, we find support of such conversation in the reports of daily newspapers. In addition to the above, the concerned CD, pen drive containing the conversations has been played in the courtroom in course of the proceeding, and thereupon the conversation seemed to be genuine. The remarks of Sheikh Hasina in the press conference on 14/7/24 has been watched by many people in the television channel and social media. Almost all the witnesses, while deposing in the tribunal, mentioned that they watched the videos in the medias. Moreover, the national daily newspapers published the said remarks on 15/7/24. The remark of Ubaidul Qadir was published in the news, it's a repetition, over and above said inciting remark and killing and order of killing by Sheikh Hasina and the provocative remark of Ubaidul Qadir have not been denied by them. Although State Defence Council, the learned State Defence Council for the absconding accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal submitted that the conversation between Sheikh Hasina and ASM Kamal, Maqsood Kamal, has not been properly tested, but he failed to show any cogent reasons in this regard. The prosecution witnesses proved the attack upon the Dhaka University students by the activists of Awami League, Chhatra League and Yuva League following the incitement and Sheikh Hasina's order of killing, as well as the provocative remark of Ubaidul Qadir. Sheikh Hasina ordered the law enforcing agencies to use drone for locating the congregating protesters and thus to use helicopter and lethal weapons to kill them. Such order has been disclosed by Sheikh Hasina in her telephonic conversation on 18/7/2024 with Dhaka South City Corporation Mayor Fazle Noor Taposh, as it has been read beforehand, and also with Hassanul Haq Inu. The concerned pen drive CD containing the aforesaid conversations have been submitted in the tribunal. The said conversations have been in the forensic laboratory of CID, and the concerned experts found that the conversations were genuine and not generated by artificial intelligence, AI. Moreover, the pen drive CD containing the conversations in question have been played in the courtroom, and we have heard the conversations, and thereupon it appeared to us that the conversations are real, not fake and fabricated. Accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, accused Home Minister Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal, accused Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun acted jointly in connivance and collaboration with each other to commit the atrocities in order to kill the protesters throughout the country. it has been disclosed by Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamoon in his testimony that a core committee consisting of Home Secretary Jahangir, Additional Home Secretary Political Mr. Tipu Sultan, Additional Secretary Reza Mustafa, SB's Chief Monirul Islam, DB Chief Harun Rashid, RAB DG Barrister Harun Rashid, DMP Commissioner Habibur Rahman, DG of BGB Major General AKM Major General Ashrafuzzaman Siddiqui, DG of Ansar Major General AKM Aminul Haq, NTMC Chief Major General Ziaullah Hassan, DGFI Chief and NSI Chief used to hold meeting every night after 19 July 2024 at the residence of Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal. Accused Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamoon said that instruction to the core committee used to come from the Prime Minister. He also said that at one stage of the movement, it was decided to use drone to locate the gathering of the protesters and to use helicopter and lethal weapons to control the movement. In a meeting of the core committee, Sheikh Hasina passed a direction to use lethal weapon. Additional DIG Joabdar, who was present there, communicated the message to the police officers throughout the country to use lethal weapons accordingly. Furthermore, Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamoon said that in pursuance of the remark of Obaidul Qadir and Nanak that Chhatra League and Yuva League are enough to bring the movement under control. He further said that following such remarks, activists of Chhatra League and Yuva League attacked the students of Dhaka University. He also said that a lot of protesting students and public were killed by using drone, helicopter and lethal weapons throughout the country. Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamoon further asserted in his testimony that he, along with Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal, Home Secretary and DMP Commissioner, went to Nayanganj on 29/7/24 to observe the situation of the movement, and on the way they stayed for a while in front of Jatrabari police station, and then DC Iqbal of Wari Zone showed a video to the Home Minister on his mobile and said, "We shoot one, that one dies, that one gets injured, but the others do not move." Therefore, it is perspicuous from the above that all the three accused led the operations against the protesting students and public jointly as a matter of joint criminal enterprise. As the aftermath of Sheikh Hasina's order, as well as the supervision and guidance of accused Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamoon, the law enforcers and activists of Awami League, Chhatra League and Yuva.
Hey, I'm Daniel. Let's talk about how much money you can make by monetizing social traffic. Money Tag is covering all of it. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, you name it. You can work with social groups, channels, reels, and shorts. If you have a large engaged audience, you will make good money.
How good? Let's just say Money Tag's average CPM rate is $1.50, with the tendency to go much higher. They had publishers reaching up to $20, sometimes even more.
There are two ways that you can monetize your traffic, with and without a landing page.
Sajal, Ashabur, Tanzil Mahmud, Sujoy, Bayezid Bustami, Abul Hussain, and another unidentified protester near Dhaka